Hello, my most amazing artists. Today we are going to glaze our clay pieces. So this is a bulldog that I did for kindergarten, and I'm going to show you how to glaze it. It does not matter what you made out of clay, you're going to glaze it the same way. So you're going to use a paintbrush. You're going to use glaze out of these glaze containers. You have a water container at your table. You have a towel at your table, which is really important because we don't want to water down the glazes. And the first thing that you're going to do is you need to read what color you're going to use. The red table has all red and pink glazes. The yellow table has all yellow and orange glazes. The green table has all green glazes. The blue table has all blue glazes. The purple table has all purple and white glazes, I believe. And the orange table has brown and black glazes. So, I wanted to show you something. When you glaze your clay piece, you have to glaze it in 3 coats or 3 layers. So, if you think about that, I'm wearing 1 layer, 2 layers, and then my shirt makes 3 layers. So they go all right there on top of each other. And that is 3 coats. And it's important that you let each coat dry. So I'm starting out at red table. And I'm going to carefully open up this container. If you have trouble opening it, let me know and I will help you. The glaze is down in there. And you're going to take your paintbrush. You decide if you need a small brush or a large brush. I'm going to give everybody a pretty good size paintbrush. If you need a small one, let me know. And it is your job to keep up with your 1 or 2 paintbrushes and keep them clean and not mess up the colors. So I'm going to dip that in. Again, I'm not dipping it in and letting the glaze get all the way up here. That would be a mess. And this color is pink. So even though it doesn't look pink, when it comes out of the kiln, it will be pink. And I'm going to glaze my dog's nose, and I believe I'm going to glaze my dog's tongue pink. It's kind of hard to stay in the lines when you're glazing, so it's okay if you get out of the lines. You want to glaze all around the edge. So remember, this is 3-dimensional, so when you look at the tongue, I've got to glaze that edge right there. I can't just glaze the top of the tongue, glaze the edge as well. And again, it takes 3 coats. Now, if you'll notice, this is starting to dry. There's still a little wet area there. I need to let it dry completely before I do my next coat. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to decide if I want any other colors at red. I'm going to place the cap back on the petal pink and put it back on the tray. You can tell which colors are on your tray based on the construction paper that's there. All right. Now I'm going to rinse out my brush really good. I want to get all the glaze off. And I want to dry my brush really good. And then I can take my clay piece to another table so you can actually get up and walk. So I think I want a blue dog. So I'm going to go to the blue table. Be sure you're working on a messy mat. I have not put them all out this morning. So you may see that I'm not working on a messy mat. But you should be. All right, so let's see. I'm going to look at these colors. I've got medium blue, moody blue. Look, this blue. This is what it's going to look like. It's going to have these speckles in it. So I may like that. I've got bluebell. It's hard to see because some of them, the glaze has dripped down. Okay, so this one is light blue. But it looks pink. So this one looks more pink than the pink did, but you just have to trust it. If it's over here at the light blue section, it will be light blue. Okay? So I have to paint how many coats? That's right, 3 coats. You've got to get in all the little grooves, all the cracks and crevices. So I'm trying to get around all the edges. And this glaze dries relatively fast. Remember, you should be working on a messy mat. That way that doesn't really happen. I'm not making my dog realistic because, like I said, I'm going to make a blue dog. And I think I'm going to make his ears dark blue, so I need to rinse this out before I get my dark blue. All right. So this one's called blue, and it looks not blue at all. But trust me, it will be blue when it comes out of the kiln. Now, where you have a lot of texture, you kind of have to tap that paintbrush down in there. Okay. All right. You can also mix colors. So I could put a layer of blue on. Like I may put a layer of blue on the eyes. And then I could go over to the green table and put a layer of green on top. So you can do that too. Be sure that you get all around the edges. That's going to be really important. Okay, and while I let that dry, I'm going to go back and add my light blue or my medium blue again, because my medium blue is dry and I need 3 coats. So you have to keep up with this, all right? You have to rinse out your brush. Okay, so that's my second coat on the face. Now I only have 1 coat on the ears, 1 coat on the eyes, and 1 coat on the nose and tongue. So even though it looks pretty good, I only have 1 coat there. So it's important I need to do my second coat and my third coat. Also, you want it to dry. So now, while I wait on this to dry, I'm going to probably go over to yellow table. I think I want yellow on the muzzle. So you can go over to yellow table. Remember, I'm putting the caps back on these and putting these glazes back on the tray. All right? Your table, you want to leave it just the way you found it. If someone else has not put their stuff away, please do it for them. All right, so I've got my water, and I think I'm going to, this one's called lemon. So again, you should not have to shake these. I will have these shaken up. I cleaned my brush. I dried my brush off. That's really important. And now I'm going to get some lemon yellow. I'm going to add that to his muzzle. Now, if I mix yellow and blue, that should turn into a green color. So I'm gonna see what happens if I do that. Have a blue dog with green eyes. Again, you've got to get around the edges here. Okay, so be careful. You have all day, not all day, you have all class period to get your clay piece painted. So don't rush it. 3 coats. If you don't do 3 coats, you'll be a little bit disappointed. All right, I'm rinsing this out, and I could go back to blue or back to pink and do my final coats on those. All right, now when you're totally done, you're going to bring it to me. We have to check the back. You should never paint the back of your clay piece or whatever part sits on the ground. So if you have a bowl, you're not going to paint the bottom. Wherever it sits and touches the table, you don't want to paint the bottom. And if you do get paint on the bottom or glaze on the bottom, we have to wipe that off. Something like this, you can paint everything but this bottom part. So don't paint the back. Don't paint the bottom. Just paint the front, the sides, the top. All right, have fun.